All right, so I'm making this video because getting 3D FPV working on my own drones was a bit of a nightmare. I had to dig through a stupid amount of videos and articles just to get the basics. So if I managed to figure it out, you shouldn't have to waste your time the same way that I did. So here's the clean, no-nonsense version. Step one, what you want to do is head on over to ESC Configurator. If you haven't already, you want to plug in your drone via USB to your computer, and then once you do, you should see the option up in the top right corner. It'll say if it doesn't like auto connect or anything, it'll say select serial port. And if you don't see that, just click open port selection. You should see an option that'll pop up on the left side of the screen, and you should see your flight controller in there. Click connect, and then that'll close. Go over to the right again, click connect. Once you're there, you want to make sure your drone has a battery in it. If you're using something tiny like a small AIO that could kind of power up just by plugging in the USB, then you shouldn't need a battery, or at least I don't when I do that to those size. But plug a battery in and then click read settings. Now you'll see ESCs 1 through 4 with whatever random mix of normal and reverse they came with. The rule is simple. If it says normal, change it to 3D normal reverse. If it says reverse, change it to 3D normal reverse reverse. And then you would write settings. So like, for example, normal, then you have the option normal reverse, forward reverse 3D mode, forward reverse 3D mode reverse. For example, mine set to normal, I would just click forward reverse 3D mode. And it looks like all of them are set to that. So I would change all of that and write those settings. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Forward reverse, forward reverse, forward reverse, and then forward reverse. And then what you're going to do from there is you would then write settings. And then once it's done with that, it'll, essentially show what you had changed it to. And then you want to disconnect from there. And you could then go ahead and close out of ESC Configurator entirely. And then what you'll want to do is go over to Betaflight Configurator, and then once you're in Betaflight Configurator, you want to go over and connect and go to your configuration tab. And in your configuration tab, you want to go over, scroll down, you should see bottom left where it says other features. You want to make sure that air mode is not enabled. So make sure air mode is not enabled. Currently, mine already is not enabled because I fly around in acro. And if you're confused about the difference, air mode just, when you drop the throttle to 0, it will keep the prop spinning to just kind of assist you. But when it's not enabled, when you drop throttle to 0, the props will stop spinning. And that's important for 3D because, we'll get to that. So once you confirm that air mode is disabled, save and reboot, and go back to it and just confirm. Betaflight's finicky sometimes, depending on whatever version you're using. And sometimes it's just your own computer, so maybe it's not Betaflight, I don't know. But definitely is, again, important to make sure that that's disabled, because if it's not and you go to transition to inverted flight, the result is like having your quad have like a full-blown exorcism mid-air, and that's definitely not ideal. So again, make sure about that. And then what you want to do from there is go over to your motors tab, and you want to make sure that bidirectional DShot is enabled. And if it isn't, make sure you go ahead and have that enabled. Then you want to scroll down, and then you want to enable 3D. And then you'll see some other options beneath that. Betaflight has like some default settings that'll appear in there. I don't know if that's the best or not. I don't think it's the best for sure. Maybe what I have mine set to isn't even the best, but what my 3D deadband low is set to is 1450. 3D deadband high is set to 1550. And then the 3D neutral is at 1500. Because again, when you're flying 3D, the throttle's cut in half. Top part of the stick is normal flight. Bottom part of the stick is inverted upside down flight. Once you have all of that set, you want to save and reboot. And then that'll do that. And then you go back over to your motors tab and just, again, confirm that what you have saved is actually what you're looking at. And before you go, before you go any further, you may want to test the motors. And if doing so, do not have your props on. If you leave the props on, that's between you and your guy. All right, now prop orientation. What you want to do is set the drone down on a flat surface facing you or away from you, doesn't matter, whatever. What you want to do is, for example, if you choose this prop, all of mine currently right now are attached regular. You want to pick, if for example, this arm, flip this prop upside down and this prop upside down. Leave these two normal. If you choose to flip this prop upside down, flip this one upside down, leave these two normal. Doesn't matter which, just make sure they're diagonal from one another. And for example, this is the Tiny River. I've been flying that around in videos y'all may have seen in 3D mode because this thing in 3D mode is a lot scarier than this in 3D mode. Yeah, we're building some trust right now. But as you can see, normal prop, but prop upside down, normal prop, etc. That allows you to fly around normal and then fly around upside down. And this is dirty as fuck because I was flying 3D yesterday and had a George of the Jungle moment. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like setting wise, you know, when you do reverse those props, just a heads up, the quad will sound, it's going to change the acoustics for sure. Mine sounds like an Aztec death whistle. Yours may sound like a blender full of ghosts. I don't know. Some important caveats for 3D FPV. It's way more disorienting than normal FPV. So you need to be calm. You need to be Sky King barrel rolling a Horizon Air Q400 calm, because panic equals full throttle spiral into the shadow realm or another dimension or something. So be calm. When transitioning to inverted flight, like when you go upside down to fly, do not add any yaw. If you do, the quad will kind of spaz, but as long as you stay calm, you could recover. What kind of helped me was when I'm upside down now, I just pretend that that's the sky, which is the ground, but I just pretend the sky has a ceiling, and it just kind of helps my brain stop screaming. Learning 3D FPV after normal FPV is basically relearning everything backwards and reverse. and it's overwhelming. But if I figured it out, you can too. You know, don't forget, set your camera angle to 0 for true 3D. And once you master that, crank it to like 50 and above. And now we're in 4D territory. And that's kind of where it looks like you're like fucking like doing the Matrix in the sky or some shit. It's pretty cool. But hopefully this saves you time and frustration that I went through. Go practice, stay calm, and enjoy figuring out all the wonderful, new, exciting ways to crash upside down.